Hi, my name is Ife Eninla. I welcome you to this deep dive podcast, and this is the first of its kind. Deep dive is where we come talk about deep dimensions, deep critical thinking of different topics, of different ideas, whatever you might think of it. And today I have with me Esther and LADO.
Hello.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
Today I'm good, thank you. Today we're talking about gender inequality, gender bias, gender diversity, whatever you might think of it. And I mean, whatever you think it is, it could be okay, why do they treat women better than they treat men? Why do women deserve such? Why do men work in some places and women cannot work in? Whatever it is, that's what we're going to trash out in this place. So you guys get ready for us. So Esther, and Lado, I want you guys to talk. What's your motive? What's your idea? What do you think of gender bias and diversity? Let me start with Lado.
Well, gender bias, gender diversity, that's actually a huge topic because of the way the world is going right now, especially on the topic of gender. We have the known community we know as the LGBTQ, which, as far as I'm concerned, I'm stating it right now, that the most toxic and delusional community in the world. Stating it sharp.
Wow.
Because it's quite hypocritical in the sense that you claim that this is the gender you are right now, people should accept you for that when you couldn't accept yourself for who you were, that kind of thing. It's toxic in the sense that we see their whole movement, which is more like an agenda now, that are trying to push it on children and teenagers, trying to infuse it into religion. They're just finding a way to package that delusion in a way that it seems sweet and normal for people, but it's chaotic.
Okay,
I have something.
Go ahead.
Yes, speaking of infusing this idea on children in school, especially. This question is not out of context, but I just want to throw this question to you both.
Okay.
As a parent, or let's say as a mother, to be precise.
I'm a man.
Okay. As a mother and a father. As a parent.
So the gender diversity is going on right now.
As a parent, you sent your child to school. Your male son, there is let's give him
son.
Your son, just say your son.
Yeah, your son rather. Yeah, thank you. There is let's say is about 7 or 8 years, and he went to school one day, and because this has been infused on kids from different
being promoted and pushed out
out social media, their parents, whatever background, and because it's a school, different people from different backgrounds with different mindsets, they're coming together to literally breed with your child, because they are spending almost 7 or 8 hours in school every day. You literally don't even spend up to 2 hours with them, and then one random afternoon your son is like, "Mommy, I feel like I'm a Mommy, I feel like I'm a."
That's the
how will you even? So as a parent, so this is my question. As a parent, how do you handle that? Because first of all, it's devastating to hear that your child.
The basic things to talk to the child and make them understand that this is how things have always been, and this is where it's going to right now, and these messages like this will not stop. Because to be very honest, as much as we're Africans, we know that these are the things happening in the West, but I have a very huge prediction that this LGBTQ stuff is going to pollute our society. Right now, the problems we're facing
it already has polluted society.
Well, it's not up to the extent of them teaching our children in their school, but I feel it's going to come. It's going to enter religion. It's going to affect those kind of things, because
it's already affecting religion. I mean, there are pastors that are like,
yeah, but they're not as confident in Nigeria as they are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still going to come. That kind of thing.
African, you cannot beat it. You want to say that because your mommy sent you to school to go and study kini in UK, I be in US. Now say, mommy, I don't.
But you know that the LGBTQ community, they have this strong bandwagon, this strong connection between themselves, that they've come up with this idea that this is what we are, nobody can challenge us and everything. So that we coming here and saying that they are wrong people, they are bad, we are homophobes for that, because that's what they call people that are against their beliefs.
That I don't agree with that word, to be very honest.
Okay.
Because the word phobic comes from the word fear. I mean, the word comes from the word phobia, which means fear. And personally, I don't think majority of people that do not agree with that whole movement is actually like, I'm not scared of a gay man. I don't give a shit. If a gay man is here, I'm not scared of him. The fact that I don't agree with something, these are the things they just throw at you. Oh, so you don't agree with this thing, and that means you're homophobic. That means you're transphobic. Like, no, I don't agree with this. Stay away from my children.
Sorry,
And wait, I also want to add something that if you look at it on like a microscopic level, if you pay good attention to it, you will notice that majority of people do not really care about like this. Like, we don't really care about that stuff. We care about what they are doing. Like, you're gay, like, fine, okay, who you're having sex with is not really our business. But the whole idea that they're not putting it on children, because children are kind of like open, so it's weird. And
allow them to get to a certain age where they can actually decide whether this is what they want to be or not.
Sorry, they getting to a certain age deciding whatever they want to be, first of all, I'm sorry, but it's actually wrong. Because first of all, as kids, it's not even as kids, as parents, it's our full duty to instill in that child that this is your identity. When I gave birth to you, you have male genitals, you are a man, you are a boy. When I gave birth to you in the hospital, the doctor cannot come and tell me that, mommy, take your child. Let go and decide your child's gender when is so I will wait for that child to grow old, a bit to be 10 years old. The whole idea is that
there should not even be this, like, we should not even be having this whole like movement. It should not ever exist.
But it's happening.
Do you know why do you know the root cause for the kind of issues that we're having here is because every human wants to feel validated. Every human wants to have feelings. Everyone wants to feel fulfilled in wherever they are. So if a woman goes into a space and says she wants to work in that space, or goes into a place, or she's talking to a man, she's in a relationship with a man and she doesn't feel valued or something, they now want to, okay, this is who I want to identify with. So a man can decide, okay, we agree that there are actually masculine females and feminine guys, but this thing has been planted into their minds to make them feel that, oh, because you're a man that acts like a woman, then definitely you should transgender to a woman because you're acting like a woman.
I think it's like that's another dynamic, and it's true.
Yeah,
no,
because
it's true.
You guys, men are the ones that actually cause the problem. When a guy is in your midst, you bros, because the guy, okay, you guys are just in bro talk, and then the guy is
okay, first. Okay, I understand what you're trying to say, but let me just imagine, or let me just agree to disagree that, okay, that one is actually factual, but don't you think it's actually backfiring on them? Because look at the female section of sport. We are having men, like, what do they call it, like, transforming to a woman, and that kind of dominating, because a man will always be a man. We'll always have that natural proclivity that we have inside of us. There will always be those biological differences. You still be stronger, you still be faster, you still have more muscle mass and all of those things. I'm not trying to like now say that means basically we're better, but when you are giving people the opportunity to just be transferring from one gender to another, or even to any other thing that is stupid, it's basically delusional. Because if like this now I change to a woman and I enter into a woman's sport, I'm going to dominate. I don't care. Like that kind of thing. So it's backfiring on them. And back to that one of saying it's men that cause this because of all those stuff. Like
if you follow Bobrisky very well. Okay, fine.
Bobrisky is a scam.
Bobrisky eats as a woman. As a their love.
As a woman. Oh, is it
as females. We know everybody eats.
Yes.
Right? But the kind of capacity mass that male have for some kind of food is different. See, Bobrisky is eating eba, amala.
That's another thing.
He cannot keep up with being a woman. He's not natural. He's not a woman.
But there are women that can eat. Now, I want to see a woman.
No, always that's the thing.
Amala. Eba. All these
you are just mentioning like Bobrisky and stuff. Like, okay, yes, that's just Bobrisky. There will always be.
He cannot eat pasta. He cannot eat pasta. He cannot eat rice.
I totally understand. That's another thing. That's another thing that I have a problem with this whole movement and stuff. Because if you go back to the first like gay rights movement back in like the early 90s, early 80s, and those kind of things, all of those celebrities and all of those people that came out to identify that, okay, now I'm gay, now I'm lesbian, if you look at it, they still had the value that they were contributing to the society. But these days we're having people like Bobrisky, James Brown, like they are having fame, they are having money, but these guys do not have any value. Like they don't have anything that are contributing.
Literally.
It's kind of like painting that kind of whole like dynamic that okay, if I act like this and do like this, and like we haven't seen it in the West. See Leonas and those like you just see all of a sudden this artist is basically changing to this whole stuff. We heard of Drake, how he painted his fingernails like a few weeks ago. So it's a way to like just jump on what is moving on now. We're seeing Hollywood bringing all of these woke movies just to fit. It's almost like if you don't join the bandwagon, like you basically be.
Trust me, it's just like it's just like if you watch every Netflix movie now, if there's no sense of LGBTQ in it, then it's not a Netflix movie.
Which is part of the agenda. Because look at every means of propaganda. That is how you push it.
Everywhere, through the media, through school, through every sphere, like every sphere of life.
That's why I'm actually. That's why I still hold on to my prediction
because
that
they are pushing it.
I'm still holding on to my prediction that is because of reasons like this that is these things are still going to be polluted into Africa and the rest, because the world is more connected in a way that you can be impacted from another like part of the world without actually being there. Like many of the kids that will come after us and the ones that will come after us, their mind is not going that. I don't think they will have that sense of African value like the same. Like let's not lie, like, our grandparents looked at us like we were spoiled children. Majority of us like we're losing the African Africa is becoming like more westernized and that whole kind of thing. To me, if you are gay and you're shaved, like I'm not saying you should like don't come near me and stuff, but just like be you, like that's who you are, but remove your stuff from the children and
your beliefs, your way of living on others. Like it is okay, fine, you've decided to identify as this, kindly be this yourself.
Exactly, because if you look at it from a much more normal there's more to a person than their whole like sexuality and all. But the problem is when you're not coming out to not be like nobody comes out and says I'm a heterosexual male and I'm going to have sex with your daughters. Like no, we're not coming, we don't have a flag, we don't have all of those. Like it's weird.
They don't have a flag, they have whatever it is they do.
There will soon be a country.
They have the carnival whatsoever. Like okay, imagine straight people.
Do you see Delsu? Oh my gosh, I was confused when I watched that video. Do you see the school? They did gender cross gender day where guys dress like ladies and gay ladies dress like guys. The guys overdid it. Like they really came out. I know that. Okay, fine. They probably did it for the fun of it. But let's look at it from.
That's how it becomes normalized. Don't you understand? It starts
from okay, I enjoy this thing. How about I try it when we're not even doing gender cross day in school?
The moment people start saying like okay, this thing is completely normal and acceptable, that's when it becomes.
It's not really good. I want to do it often when I'm not in school.
Also, I want to make another prediction that this whole stuff LGBTQ is not going to stop at the Q, because where they are going to is basically pedophilia. You see people coming out to say identify as like they've already changed the word. Pedophilia is no more like if you say that to a pedophile or you are saying that in the court or whatever, they'll see it as offensive. So what they call it now is a minor attracted persons. That kind of thing. So I believe that's where they are going to.
I think we actually have to be very careful with the way we are going about this matter. But to be this whole community of people, they are greater than us that we are.
No, they are not. They are not.
Let me tell you something. They are not. Okay. They are just only fueling their agenda. Naturally, this is the way of living. You are a male, you are a female, you get along with whatever you do, you're at work. But still even trying to, men and female are still even fighting against themselves, saying that okay, they want to be equal, they want to get the same rights, they want
which
to
can never happen. Men and women can never be equal. It can never happen. It can never happen.
Speaking of men, talking about gender inequality,
because men and women.
When a woman goes to an organization and she wants to work in that organization, let's say for instance a married man goes to an organization, a corporate organization to work, and a woman who is not married, for instance, whether or not she's even married, they will ask you, as a woman, married woman, they will ask you, how much does your husband, what does your husband do, what's his salary range?
You're even going too far. If you want to rent house, if you just want to rent ordinary,
you need a married
they will say you as a single lady, you either need to present a can't I be successful? You need to bring a male figure so that you can give me validation that I originally deserve.
The rules and regulations
that comes
to when a woman wants to get a job, get a house, there's so much like list of rules and regulations.
Because I feel like that's right. They feel like we cannot get it done.
They have to tick every box.
I don't think.
cannot get it
Relax.
Now, a married man can be paid 5 million naira per month for that job, but because she's not married, a woman, the same position in that same company, maybe they sacked the guy.
I think problems like that are basically personal. It's probably with that person, and that's what he feels and that's what he believes. If you look at it as an ideology on a societal level, it's not like that. They claim no. If it's like that, that's why I feel these are just tiny exceptions that happen. Basically, a story that was narrated by one woman that it happened. What I sincerely believe that in a world where there's equal opportunities, which we have right now, if you are so good enough that nobody can ignore you, then people will accept you. Wherever you go, you get accepted. They found out that the reason why women can't get those increase in their salaries and their wages is simply because of they kind of agree to what they are being presented, which it has been proven biologically that women are actually more agreeable than men. Men are more disagreeable, that kind of stuff. That's just how it is. Many women, if they give them that, okay, this is their wage, this is their salary, and they can stand their ground and no, I don't want this, that kind of stuff. You're trying to shift to, nobody's trying to make women feel less in any way. No,
how much are you paying me? They'll feel like, oh, she's arrogant. We're even trying to do you a favor. Get
nah. I don't think. How much are you even paying me? No, that can't happen. I don't think. No, that's the thing. I
cannot take this road. They will say, she's arrogant. She can't.
They say men are arrogant in many whole. And you even bring it in the modeling industry. It's still funny because if you look at it, women make more money. Women make more money than the men in the modeling industry.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, women have to work their ass off to get that modeling role. How many things women have done?
You're saying it in a way like as if the men just because this person is a man, then boom, they get what he wants. He gets what he wants. That's not how it is. Like that's the whole thing I feel about this feminism. So it's really hypocritical. Really hypocritical because they claim that they want equal opportunities. That's what people claim. They want equal opportunities for both genders. I know, but if you look at it on with close observation, that just sounds like humanism. As far as I'm concerned, like you want equal opportunities for all humans. So what they are fighting for right now, basically all this getting of jobs and salaries and wages, is not more equal opportunities. What you are fighting for right now is equality of outcomes. You want the things that the ultra successful men have. Because if you come down, because if you come down to the things if you come down to the relax. If you come down to the things, the other things that men suffer from, you people don't want it. The men that are trained does be up and down, you don't want those stuff. The men that are brain
the men sitting in the office.
You're still talking about my whole point, equality of outcomes and stuff and that kind of thing. Mention one thing. I understand. That just sounds like woo stuff. If I sit down here and I think something and I don't work hard to get it just comes out to what I'm saying. If you work hard and you're so good at something, people like you get so good and nobody will be able to ignore you. Okay, explain your point.
You're trying to explain what I said, but you're trying to turn it to your advantage, because what I'm trying to say is, like earlier I mentioned that your mind will take you far in life. Now you're saying women don't want to go through hardships. There are men that have been going through hardships since they are teenagers until they are 80, 70. They still went through hardships because their mindset has not shifted. If a woman who thinks high of herself, that she sees herself in a high level, and then she goes out there because she has this choleric trait of she's strong, she's a strong woman, she can take positions wherever she goes, like she's a force.
I mean, we're in a generation where
it still comes down to you just going up and down and saying that yes, you're great, you're this, you can do this, you can do that, doesn't necessarily mean that you can actually do that thing. Like the fact that you have it in your head and you're having that whole that's when it becomes arrogant or arrogance. Honestly, if you can't show proof, like what Burna Boy said, you go explain tire, no evidence. If you cannot provide evidence that this is what you can do, these are your past, exactly, and those women are doing fine. If people paint it in a way like as if all the men are successful, the women are shit, they're just staying home in the kitchen. It's the equality of outcomes that you people want again.
Before those women get to where they are, they worked extra time. Yeah. In fact, times 2 than the
mention one profession and tell me how the women worked extra time.
Fashion designing.
Okay. That is basically that's female dominated already.
Who told you that?
It's female dominated. I'm more.
You see
See, that's the thing. I understand.
It's as a result of the fashion industry.
Why would you
this
think
art you're wearing is as a result?
I never said that. I never said that.
I never said that. It's not just filled with females. We have male fashion designers. We have female fashion designers.
But who dominates them more?
Same as we have female female nurses and male nurses.
You're just mentioning exceptions. That's the thing you need to understand. I understand where you're trying. The exceptions do not make the rule. What makes the rule is majority. There will always be an exception. Female.
What I'm saying really is that first of all of us, we are human beings. If you don't work, you will not eat. If you don't work, you will not see results. So it's the amount of work that you put into something that will yield whatever result.
Exactly.
So now imagine as a female, you're putting in so much work. You're doing times 2. In fact, you're doing times 10 the original thing that is like you're supposed to do.
I don't believe that. Men, no. You're just looking at a minor group
as a
of them.
woman, yeah. As a woman,
I don't think women work as hard as men right in the world. No.
What do you mean?
You don't think so?
I think women work as hard as men.
That we know now are actually hard-working women.
There are many men that are working. Then what about the men that are successful?
They're also hardworking. Nobody said
I don't think people understand that life as a man for us is very, very hard and difficult. As a woman, no, I'm not saying it's not as hard as how it's hard for us. As a woman, as you are like this right now, like whether any woman watching this agrees with me or not, but the fact remains the fact that as a woman, your most important value and quality is basically your attractiveness and your feminine qualities. For a man, when we are born with a blank slate. Like it's more like you're playing a game. You start from level 0. You have to get better and get better. Cute men, exactly. I understand what you're trying. I understand what you're trying to say. No, relax. I understand what you're trying to say. What I'm just trying.
It's an advantage.
Exactly.
We have their own advantages.
What?
We have our own advantages.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Both genders have their advantages. As a woman, you can see. Okay.
So
yeah. What I'm just trying to say. My point remains that life for us is harder. Life for us is harder. We have more
So life for us is not hard.
It's not as hard as being a man is very, very hard. Being a woman is not as hard as being a man. This is why
worst life.
No, I'm just trying to tell you that if life for us as a man is already hard, in order for when you see a man that is successful, that is highly successful, he has gone through more shit. That's why I don't really believe all those stuff that they say behind every successful man is a woman. Like no, behind every successful man was a man that put in so much pain, so much sacrifice, so much hard work, so much effort. The woman is just just there for the support. It's still the same thing. Behind every successful person is somebody that puts in hard work. Okay. What I'm just trying to say that as a man, in order for you to get the opportunities that a woman will get, you have to go through the extra mile. The room, if there's a room of high value men, for a man like me to enter, I have to be of high importance. But for a woman, you're just fine, you're just beautiful. If you see a party happening in a beautiful yacht and you're seeing beautiful girls dancing, how did the girls get there? Maybe just one Instagram DM or something because they're influencers. If you see a man that is there, he worked his ass off. He bought the yacht. Life for us is harder. This is why we go through more shit, man.
It's a lot of work. We put a lot of work for us to get good camera angles.
Exactly.
We put a lot of work to make sure that we sell out your brand, like whatever brand we are influencing. Exactly. So influencing alone, fine, on Instagram, on social media, it looks very sweet.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I want to be this, I want to be that.
But now,
put a lot of work.
I just give an example of a yacht. There's a man on the yacht. There are women that are fine there. Yes, you went through hardship of the positioning, the camera angles and everything. These people behind the cameras, they did work to get here, but it's not as hard as the man that actually paid for the yacht, that owns the yacht. Like you are saying, I said it was a trust fund baby that had children and stuff like that.
Do you know that? Sorry, let me say something. Do you know that a man who has made a name for himself right now would come out and say, oh, I worked hard, I did this, or he doesn't even have to say I work hard. Is the result of his work. People are seeing it, they'll say, that man is a very honorable man, he does this, he does that, this is kind of stuff. But a woman who has also made a name for herself, they will say, oh, she probably slept with one guy to get there. Why don't you believe that as much as a man can work hard and discipline himself to get to a certain level of successful state in his life, a woman can also do the same. She doesn't have to
I believe beliefs and mindset like that. Like I said, it's more personal. Like that's not what
see,
no.
And when you say a woman's advantage,
No, it's
you're automatically
it's an
saying that she will
advantage.
get an
It's a great advantage. I have seen many cases where I want to get something. I want to get something from a man and that kind of thing, and a woman too wants that thing, and they basically pick the woman. Why? Because she's fine. You get it? Because she's fine. Like I'm not saying that is the whole advantage. I'm just saying like it's a like let's be honest with ourselves now. Let's be honest with ourselves. If okay now let's come back. If I'm a man,
Sarah was his sister, so that they would not kill him.
Let's take it back to when I said both genders have like we all have our advantages.
Okay, now let's come back. We all have our advantages, but when you are coming, when your argument is,
or not,
when your argument
you can't come and say because you're a man and because you worked extra hours and now you have a yacht. Yes, you have a yacht because it's quite expensive. That's why. If that yacht worth 5 naira, will you be claiming that you have a yacht? No, will you claim that you have a yacht? But because there's a lot of money, there's a lot of millions that is attached to that. Yes, I have a yacht. I worked for. You whatever it is, your advantage was your brain. Your advantage was you working hard. My own advantage is first of all, being pretty, yes, being aesthetically pleasing. Let's not even take out that side because everybody wants to associate to something that is looking beautiful and looking sweet. Let's not even lie. And that is a big advantage for us. Your own advantage is your brain. You use your brain, you got it.
It's not just the brain. The brain too is there, but there are other things. What I'm just trying to say
I'm not taking out the parts where I get his point, and I'm trying to justify it very well.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not taking out the parts where women get some things because of how they look. Let's not lie. Yes, women, even some men get stuff.
And on the whole discussion of looks, wait, I'll say something. On the whole discussion of looks, like I still pointed back to what I said. When a man is born as a blank slate. If you see a girl or a woman that is attractive and sexy, like she was born, she has yams, she has boobs, she has a fine face, she was born with that. If you see a man that is sexy, he has abs, he has muscles, he has chest, he has like all of those things. Like he wasn't born like that. He had to go through pain in the gym to get that. Everything we get of importance in the society went through pain, went through effort, went through hard work. That's what I'm just trying to say. That life for us is harder, and it's actually good because I believe those hardship bring out the best inside.
From this particular point that you just made, is it people that want to do extra miles? You want to do extra miles, you went to the gym. What God gave you naturally is not enough.
Look, a woman can still go to the gym normal like, of course.
Without going to these are natural occurrences.
Men have to, as a human being, whether you're not a guy or a lady. If a lady, just like to say a man want muscles, and women crave flat stomach. They don't just get flat stomach of all of a sudden. You have to actually
some men are born with flat stomach.
They're not born with flat stomach.
You don't have to go to the gym and you still be fit.
No.
You can diet and be fit.
That's cap.
That's cap for you.
That's cap. If you see a man,
cap for your gender, then it's the same for the female too as well.
Okay, yeah.
But you don't just wake up one day, 8 figures, and you're like, oh my god, I'm fit today. I have flash. Like everybody, is that you're doing press up or push up in your room, or you're doing it in the gym? You see when people are pushing up whatever it is you're pushing, but it still falls back to your looks. Is okay, fine, yes, everybody looks give them an advice. Even as a guy, there's some roles that they will give you because first of all, like you look good.
Yeah,
you speak.
You look
good.
like you command authority when you walk into the room.
You look. So we want to give you this role, this multi-million paying role.
I don't think it happens like that.
No. Of course.
If it's like that, I would not be millionaire by now.
Of course, your brain or your certificate.
That guy
is the bedrock for both female and male. Your degree, whatever it is that you're presenting, first of all, is the bedrock for it. Aside that, imagine that you're a CEO, you want to employ five people came to you. 5 people, they have good, whatever it is they presented was so good. And first of all, you need these people as a forefront for your brand. Like, you want them to be what your customers or what people that are coming to buy from whatever it is that the organization is doing, they are going to be. Please, are you not going to pick the person that is most aesthetically pleasing? Are you not going to do that?
Yeah. Which are mostly the women.
One guy that is just
most people pick the women.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about a male role. I'm not even talking about like
male role.
Yeah. Won't you pick?
I don't think in that like discussion or that will probably but at the end of the day, it still comes down to the value you can bring as a man. Like
I said,
not just the beauty and the whole stuff. Like there are other things the employer will be looking at. How committed are you? How consistent?
No,
the degree is not just what people look at in like the way the world is right now.
Imagine that your clients they're not even millionaires, they are multi-billionaires. Like these are people that you cannot whatever you're bringing to their table has to be top notch.
Exactly.
Whatever suits whoever is representing your brand. Like imagine you wearing 5K suits to meet a billionaire. You want to present
you 5K suits,
but a suit as cheap as that. And I bring the man just look at it that okay.
I don't think in situations like that they still pick the man that looks. Now of course every man should look good and stuff, but it still comes down to what can you bring like to the table? How can you like improve the company? Like those are the things that they do.
In gender inequality, we have relationship issues where I've been waiting for us to get to this part.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So talking about who is bringing what to the table, where we have gender inequalities in relationship. I mean, there are men and women issues.
Wait, why do you say gender inequality? Like you say, like it makes sense for men and women to be equal in the relationship.
No.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure, so I'll know where.
But I mean,
you mean
there are issues where men feel like if you are going to be with a woman, everybody has their concept and idea of whoever they want to be with in the relationship. Some men want to be with men that they take care of. I don't want my woman to do anything. I want you to sit in the house. Let me be sending you money, buying stuff, take care of yourself. And there are some men that want a woman that is hardworking. They just believe that a woman cannot be a liability to them. What do you bring to the table? Those are the kind of men that say, what do you bring to the table? Cannot be a liability to me. What do you bring to the table? I need to know what value do you bring to my life? Why are you in my life? So and there are women that want a man that provides for. Every woman wants a man that provides.
Oh, so when it came to men, you didn't want the same thing, but reach your turn now.
No. But there are some women that are willing to support their partner.
Chill. It's not even a topic for debate. Men are naturally providers. That is what. In fact,
100%.
This is not even religion, no. And I see people doing 50-50 rubbish.
What's 50-50?
No, especially when you're going on a date, 50-50.
Why when you say you want to take your babe on a date and you're asking her to split?
Well, if you don't want to split,
can't you be the man?
At least,
do you want to take me out or not?
Can't you be the man?
At least be able to pay for your transport. That's the main thing. Because many of these women they can't pay for their.
If you're your partner,
I don't understand. So okay, like the man should still pay for your transport. Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
He brings you out on a date. No, seriously. Looking at this on levels.
It's not even transport.
No, I totally agree.
What happens to you coming to pick me? I mean, there are different things that you could do.
Everything. Esther, sorry, let me talk.
Okay.
You must say, I want to take you out on a date. The man should be responsible to taking care of everything
that's going to happen.
That happens on that day. Because he says,
100%.
when two of you say, oh, I feel like visiting Ghana. And the two of you say, let us visit Ghana. It's a mutual thing. Let us. Then you cannot say, okay, let us split bill. Let's go and travel to Ghana. Hey, we will understand that aspect.
No, it's not even pay. Let's split bills. This is my budget for this.
Exactly.
Okay, the thing about that.
I can exceed this.
Wait, I will say something.
I will bring 80%. How about you bring 30?
Nah,
exactly. That's
at that moment it's no more becoming like intimate, a gesture of intimacy. It's becoming more transactional. Splitting that 50-50 stuff that men do, it's very.
Are relationships not being transactional these days?
Well, it is what it is, but like men would do that whole splitting 50-50 thing. To me, I think it's garbage. I completely agree with that. But we see like there's this new trend of women that can't even pay for their transport. Like if you can't pay, even if the man is going to basically pay for everything, which he should, as a woman, you should still be able to like know that okay. Like if we are going to this place, you still be able to know that if anything happened, you still be able to like pay for the stuff or provide. Normally. But then the thing.
No. I get where it's coming from. I get where it's coming from. It's coming from a standpoint of okay. Probably let's say the lady is probably 23, 24 or something. You should have something going on in your life before I met you.
Whether or not she's 24, whether she's 18.
But like you should at least you should have something going on in your life. That one is going
too far. 80 years old. You still the right post job.
No, I'm just leaving that age gap for okay.
But the thing is that this mentality that I just like express right now, that of course is the man's job to like pay for the whole thing, like that's his whole stuff. it has been exploited in a way by modern women, in the sense that they enter into the relationship and that is what they expect 100%. Like, of course, that's what he should still do, like that kind of thing. I'm not saying he should not like turn to her father, that kind of stuff. Like, her father is still responsible for her and things like that. But there's this whole like belief that women have, in the sense that it's almost like they can't have anything to contribute anymore. They don't want to contribute anything. Like, many men hardly get gifts from their women. Many men hardly get, like that whole gesture of like, I got this thing for you. But like, you see a man doing birthday, then you see his woman just posting his picture, a king was born, and maybe they just manage and buy singlet and boxers, like that kind of stuff. Or like that whole
Well, it depends on the kind of woman. First of all, as a man, you know your values. You went to go and pick somebody that doesn't.
See, to be in a relationship, you actually need to have money as a woman. I mean, I would tell you, I can never get married when I don't have money. I need to have my own money. See,
it's not a necessary thing for you. Like, let's not lie. It's important, but it's not necessary.
I must have my own money if I want to get married, because why will I be in a relationship with somebody and I cannot even stand and say I provide? There are many women who have gotten married, and then after getting married, you find them going into your DMs and saying, "Good afternoon, please, can you help me with something?"
Can you help me with women?
Yeah, married women. No, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to your husband. Can you help me with 5K?
I think like I think those kind of situations, the man too does not have anything.
Why would exactly?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Why would you plan to get married?
It falls back to. So there's this saying, right? If you give a woman a seed, she give you a tree. If you give her a seed, yeah, let's go back to seed. If you give her a seed, she give you
a tree
or whatever. So imagine you giving somebody that is not. First of all, as women naturally we're naturals.
Naturals, yeah.
Yeah, we're naturals. Like,
the energy you give us is what we give you back.
What we give you back. But let's not even. That's what men that they don't even understand.
Same for everybody, but
yeah,
really everybody.
But that's what men that.
I don't think it's what you give that she get. I think she'll give you double.
No, chill. That's what men now that now getting the part. It's the same as he's saying that, okay, imagine men that they'll go all out for their women and now it's their birthday, all they get is.
The truth is, you never got married, you never got in a relationship with that person in love. You need to be very sure of what the person feels for you before you can actually. I know about men who would not do nicks, they will not do anything for any woman. Don't
even do the barest minimum
until they are sure of your feelings for them. That is why you have women that complain that why will he invite me?
Are you trying to say like that is bad?
Because the man already knows that you don't care about him.
Yeah, fact.
The man already knows that you don't see if a man treats you in some kind of way. As a woman, you should already know that it is because of the energy he's getting from you. You will know that the man knows that you don't like him. And that's why there are many pretenders out there, that ladies that pretend. And it's easy for a woman to pretend. She can pretend that she's in love with you, and when she has gotten all what she wants from you, she'll leave. Because she believes that a man would not genuinely take care of her.
Yeah, fact.
If a man will not genuinely take care of her if he feels that he's not getting the same energy from her.
But then some men do not have like that experience to spot this like red flags and stuff. Like they don't have that.
That's right for them. But it is good, to be fair, if you're going to be in a relationship with anybody, you guys should have like a mutual agreement. You guys should be in love. It's not just transactional. Any relationship that starts materialistic will always end materialistic. Because if the man cannot provide for her, she will leave. If she has gotten to a stage where the man has done everything and he can and
sorry, can I make a point right there?
She hasn't gotten enough, she will leave.
Can I make a point? So first of all, yes, we agree. We are fully knowledgeable about these things that men are naturally providers. But when we start making relationships a bedrock of all you are doing right here is just you providing for me. Like, there's more to relationship than a man. There's more to a man than you providing. Exactly. If being a man to you, if you watching this as a man thinks that the only role that you have to play in life is providing, you failed being a man. Because that's not, in fact, that's just, I can say that's just 1/3 of all the things.
It's more like you're opening yourself for the whole trap and say, shoot me. Like, like you're opening yourself to, crumbled completely.
It's true,
that kind of thing.
It's myopic. It's a myopic that kind of thinking, because it's like you're trying to tell yourself that that's the only thing I can do for a woman.
all I can do is just
Because
provide.
there are men that believe that, oh, once they just get married to her, just put her in the house, be giving her money and leave her. That woman will still leave you. You see, that's why she will cheat, because you're not there for her.
You're not there for her
emotionally, you're not there for her.
Being a man in a relationship is not just being a
good
provider.
reason for a woman to cheat. Let's not try and.
Excuse me,
why
are there
good
sorry
reason
for men to cheat? Excuse you.
Why are there good reasons?
Men and women, like, we see sex differently.
That's
not
it.
the same
This
way.
is the problem. This is the same topic we're talking about. Gender
Let's start with biology. Now they're trying to even lie. Men are trying to lie against biology now that it's the way God created us. We cannot actually stick to one woman.
Okay. I believe I speak for all men who are watching this and who are listening to this.
Speak now.
That we do have a polygamous nature. Like, it has been, like, you can do your research on it. The higher the testosterone in the man, the more sexually driven it becomes. It's normal. It's not as much. Though, if it's as much, you have as much muscle mass and stuff.
Men are prone to
like,
cheat.
It's not
cheating than women. But a man that will not cheat is a man that has disciplined himself.
See, it's not we agree that
fact, but it's not every man. Not every man.
The first thing first is self-respect and self-control. Whether you're a man or you're a woman, whether imagine you saying that because you have a biological condition.
Wait.
Or because you have a biological condition, that means that it's my biological nature to have this one after. Which is now biological nature to sleep and not do anything again.
No, it's not the same. It's not your biological nature. No matter how much you try to paint it like, okay, women should have like that kind. I don't know how to like put it.
My
basically,
problem is this. Why is it that when a man cheats, he gets away with it, and the girl forgives him?
Because cheating to us sex to us is different.
When a woman cheats,
so what do you
see it as
let me break it as a man. Let me break it down. 100%. 100%. Now let me break. Now I got it. Wait, I have to break this down.
Okay, break it down.
I'll see like. Come down to it again. Sex for men is different from the way it is with women.
Why?
Like, they're not the same.
Why?
To us, sex is more like, I don't know how to explain it. If a woman cheats on a man, that kind of stuff, go and check many times, like, she doesn't love her man anymore. It's that guy she loves. If a man cheats on his woman, that kind of thing, it's more like it's just.
Doesn't even have to sleep with anybody for her to.
100%. That's why the way sex is for men is the way attention is for women. That kind of thing. Look at every time a woman cheats on a man. It started with them chatting and then talking.
Right,
but a man is just more like exercise. Like, it just goes there. Like, it just happens. Like, just use that as an example. Relax.
Chill. You mentioned something right now. The way cheating is to men is the same way attention is to women.
No, the way sex is to men is the way attention is to women. Yeah. You women like you value attention now.
Wait, in this modern age that we are still talking about this. Really
100%. Women get a lot of attention.
No, really.
Women get a lot of attention.
No, really. She said really. Speak.
We still have ladies that they are actively cheating on their partner, not because they don't even have medical condition. It's not like the doctor said that something is wrong with them or anything.
Those ones are just promiscuous women. That's how
chill.
Promiscuous.
No, Ife, chill. What you're trying to say is that so in the body of women now we now have some women that are now emerging to be promiscuous in nature.
Exactly, and
so
that's why the world is becoming more degenerate.
But you cannot argue that
it's not No, it's not.
In the beginning of time, these women were not there. Now they are now emerging to be promiscuous.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that side. I disagree. I completely disagree.
Now some men that are emerging not to be promiscuous. According to you. Imagine not.
Okay,
sorry.
Let's come back.
All men.
If you see a woman that is being promiscuous and having multiple sexual partners, majority of the time is basically due to sexual construct. Like, people are not sexually driven like men, no matter how much you try. Except you take some aphrodisiac or whatever. Like, it's basically true. Like, the way the world is becoming more degenerate. The way this whole feminism, strong women, like the way they're trying to push it that, yes, you can be like men. Like, was it Germany or somewhere that they even said that if men can, they call it liberty in nudity, if men can, like, go shirtless with their bare chest, women too can. Like the way hookup culture is, like, the way it has been set in a way that it makes it easier easier for these women to be more promiscuous. Like, it's providing that whole, I don't know how to explain. What I'm just,
gender inequality is contributing to level of
the whole gender equality movement is making it like more, I don't know how to put it in a way that I understand, but what I'm just trying to say back in the whole terms is that if a man having sexual multiple partners, like that whole stuff, like, and a woman having it has been shamed from the very beginning for women. For a man, you still have to have a nice level of sexual experience. Like, let's not lie, if you are with a man that does not have shit, like he does not know what he's doing, it's kind of, I don't know how to put it, almost discouraging for you. You guys want to know.
So you're looking for someone that will actually satisfy you.
100%, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That if a woman makes a mistake and sleeps with somebody who does not satisfy her, and she's in a relationship with that person, for instance, and then she's not allowed to actually go out and look for it, but a man is allowed to go out and look for it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that for a man to have, like, if a man is having multiple sexual partners, I'm not trying to talk about it from a moral, like, point of view, like, oh yes, it's right or not, but I'm just trying to say, like, it has a way of that man having experience sexually. For a woman, it's not the same. Like, let's even come down, we can look at it from different, we can look at it from different angles.
Let me rephrase your word. In your own word, men having
multiple sexual partners it has always been from beginning of time. Look at history, look at emperors, look at kings, look at warriors. They've always had those kind. It's not.
Is that what you're saying? They're acquiring skills and experience.
But
what about women?
It's not the same. Let me give you this analogy. You see a door. That door has a hole. Okay. If many keys can open that door is completely useless. The keyhole is not. So it should be thrown away. If you see a key that can open any door, that key is a master key. That key is precious. No, now let me break it on that level. Like the way, no, relax. The way society is constructed based on the whole dominance hierarchy. We have, like, we know it's all divided between men. Like, okay, this is a high value man. This is a high value man. This is an average man. This is a low value man. This is what every man right from beginning is pursuing. We are very competitive naturally. We want to be as dominant as possible. We want to be as successful as possible and all that kind of thing. Now, if you, like the example I gave, like emperors and kings and stuff, the way it is for us as men is that since women kind of like have that more like the gatekeepers to sex, that kind of way, I see it in a way like the higher the value of the man, the more options he have. That's why I believe that as a high value man, you don't really, it's not like high value men, I don't want to say they don't cheat, but as someone want to say they don't cheat, they just explore their options. I don't know if that makes sense. That's why I always say that a loyal man,
there is another language to cover up their promise.
No, it's not that what I'm trying to say. Relax.
Because they're high value, they have multiple options. Oh my God.
That's why now to say this thing. A loyal man is not the man that is just, faithful to his woman. A loyal man is the man that has multiple options but voluntarily chooses to be faithful to his woman. That is a loyal man. That is where discipline comes in. That's where self-control. Many of these women that think that, their husband don't cheat, that kind of thing. Many of them, like, a woman is tested when a man has nothing. A man is tested when, a man is tested when he has nothing. A woman is tested when a man has nothing. Like, I don't know if I put that in a very...
A man is tested when he has something.
No, like, a woman is tested with a man when he has nothing.
When the man has, like, successful, when the man
is in his high value,
his sexual access opens. That is when you can now say that this man is disciplined and many of these women. No, relax. Many of these women that think that their men are actually loyal and faithful. Many of the times, if you give that man everything he wants in this life, we will cheat. So that's why you hear those ones that don't even have anything. You start hearing things like they're sleeping.
What is trying to say?
Exactly. And when the man becomes high value, when the man has more like value,
your money is long, and because your money is long as a man, you think that
it's not about whether it thinks it or not. It just happens. It's something that just happens. Your sexual access increases. Like women see you as someone that has like they see automatically your sexual market value increases.
You're looking like a man who has the capacity to do such things, because there are men that speak otherwise of what you're just saying.
No, that's where I'm going to. That's why I said that it still comes down to like your self-control, your discipline. The true loyal man is the one that has multiple like options but voluntarily chooses to be loyal. Now,
what kind of a man are you?
It depends on where. Now the question
You're on my
to me,
so what kind of a man are you?
at this point that I am right now, I'm not yet a high value man.
Okay,
That kind of
you're
thing.
an average man.
I'll say I'm building to that kind of place. Now, there's no way you expect me to now reach the point of being high value. Like, let me give you this analogy for an example. You see a man climbing a mountain, like he's climbing. All of a sudden, he gets to the other side of the mountain, and on the other side of the mountain, he sees a candy shop filled with many sweets of different shapes and sizes and colors and varieties. Will you expect that after all the sacrifice and pain and effort he has gone through climbing that whole mountain, he will not enter inside his shop, open it, pick one sweet and leave? Now that's why I said no, relax. No, relax. That's what I'm trying to say. No, relax. I'm not trying to say. I just use that as an example. I just use that as an example. What I'm just trying to say is that, like, a woman's sexual market value comes down to her beauty and her feminine qualities, which has been proven that when they are at their prime, like 18, 20, 25, 20, like that at their highest, they are getting more attention. They look very beautiful and attractive. A man's sexual market value increases maybe in his late 20s and 30s. Why? Because he has become high value, successful, and all those kind of things. Now that question I said, like, if I'm the one in that situation, like, personally, the way I am right now, I don't have any girl with me.
Even if he's 18 years old or he's 90 years old, if he has money, women will run after him. They will flock.
And exactly, I'm making my point clear. So which means that like, putting that question back to me of the whole sense of loyalty, especially if there's any man watching this that is young, like, let's not lie. If we have, as right now, like, as we are building, if we have a woman that's with us, she supports us, she believes in us, that kind of thing, she's with us as we're climbing the mountain. There's a suite already with us as we're climbing the mountain.
So
by the time exactly, that is where loyalty and support now comes in.
Wait, oh.
That's where the whole self-discipline and self-control comes in.
Okay, fine. You are
realistic.
you have this candy.
You not get to the end of the mountain.
What? See, let me know what they do.
Okay, let me not say. That is where self-control comes in. Like,
you'll be licking other candies on the low. Like, mommy, you are the woman.
Yeah, those are the degenerate. No, those are the.
On their way to work.
Those exactly.
I saw one yellow candy.
Those are the men. Now those are the men that you can classify as cheats. Yeah, like, nobody was with me. No girl saw me as valuable. No girl believed in me. No girl said she supports me. No girl does anything. She's meeting all these boys that are Yahoo boys having money, and I climb the whole mountain and I have access to all of them. Now and I pick one sweet, and that sweet is saying I should just be with her. Think about it. Now, you see how it is.
But my question is
it's just the harsh reality of the world. The sweet was just the candy.
Women are not humans too. That they have a life that they have lived.
I just trying to paint it.
In life. A woman too has gotten to a stage in her life. She has grown from one point to another. She has gotten to this stage.
And you meet
her a valuable woman. You meet her an independent woman and a hard-working woman, and you're not telling her that you cannot be loyal to her because of your motive and thinking. So why do you choose to be with a woman who is successful and she has worked her ass off?
You see, that's the thing. Women want, like, men that are, I don't use the word superior, but you want a man that is better than you. And the thing is, women date up. You're hypergamous in nature. Men, we kind of like date low. All this one that you're saying I understand what you're trying to say. Exactly. Which means that all this. I'm talking based, like, economic and financial basis right now. All these ones that all these women come and say that kind of stuff, that now I have a car, now I'm a millionaire. Like, the truth is, men that already have those things don't really, like, want it. Like, you have a car, fine, I have one too. You have a house, I have one too. Those are not the things they look out for. That's why I still advise women that the most important asset you have is your feminine qualities. Find a way that when a man is with you, you're basically supporting him and adding more value to his life.
Like that whole sense of value as a woman. So what's your sense of value? Do you want her to also pay bills? Do you also want her to?
Why does everything have to come to that whole aspect? I'm talking about in
their mind when you say it. That's why I'm throwing it to you.
Okay.
So tell me, what is your perception of value that a woman should bring?
To support a man on his masculine mission, to support a man on his.
Oh,
it's not being like pirate. It's just show that you're actually supportive. Show that you are good. Also loyalty. Show that you can stay loyal, like no matter what happens. It comes down to the small things. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to work out for 1 hour. And okay, she knows that okay, yeah, this guy is going to go to the gym at 8 a.m. that kind of stuff. Now she like makes the protein shake, like that kind of thing. I'm not like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like those
relationship kids.
But like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, those are the things that we look at. For those, I have like it's fine. I'm not saying the financial freedom should be for everybody.
Shouldn't it be a pride for a man to have a woman who he can put out there and say, this is my woman? And when people look at her, they see success in her, they see beauty in her, they see amazing.
I understand. But you need to understand that majority of the time, a woman is a reflection of a man. We like, let's not lie.
See, the kind of person a woman dates, it depends on the kind of value she has placed herself in. If a woman says, okay, this is the kind of standard I want to get to, this is kind of standard.
Sorry, women, don't make this mistake of dating lower than you. Some people say, I want to settle. Now, because natural, chill.
This is another.
I have to just put this out there because you just okay. No, let me just settle.
You need to understand that you should also not be delusional. You should also not be delusional in your standard. Many of these women have high standards that are completely unrealistic and delusional.
How do you define a standard?
It's completely unrealistic. That's why at the end of the day, they reach their 30s. They see that there's no man, and they end up marrying the one that's available. Many of the women just end up marrying the man that if you, I'm not trying to like be, that could shame down people's relationship. If you take many of the people that married this year, last year, like since when this whole promiscuity and everything started becoming worse, and you tell these women that okay, where's your man? This is your man. Okay, fine. Now take a biro and paper and write down what you believe your ideal man is. Or if you can take them back like a year ago, 2 years ago, before they met that person, write down who you think your ideal man is and the qualities. Yeah, many of them, the things that they'll put down will be that based on their delusional high standard or truly based on what they want. They just end up like being with who is available and that kind of stuff. So if you want to have your standard, make sure your standards are realistic. Make sure they make sense. Not that I can't say one dumb thing. You want to see a man that is a mixture of.
I am moved by. No, I'm not just even. It's the kind of person I am. I'm always looking forward to what's the next big thing that's going to happen. I want to be successful. Yeah, like I need to have stuff going on for me. I cannot be with somebody that I'm sorry, but all he does is set up ring lights. I'm sorry.
TikTokers are
chill. I'm not coming for TikTok. I'm not saying people are job. People are doing. People are making money from. But let's look at it. Some people do TikTok. Let's look at people that do TikTok from the standpoint of they're using it for fun. Okay, put ring lights. Are you serious? Your mates are out there working. No, it's not even just working hard, right? Working smart. Like, man, you cannot have a random conversation. You are doing Nibo.
Which comes down to the fact that what you're just trying to say that the man must have built himself well.
Definitely, because before I met, if I met you at 24 or 25 or 20, what have you been doing for the past 25 years of your life? I have been working on myself, even though I am not actively saying, okay, I'm working on myself. Like every single thing I've done, even from the very first day I started working to this point, to this point of my life, I've learned. Everyone has. You've learned a thing or two that you will never repeat again.
Wait. Understand what you're trying to say. But I want to know where she is right now. I want to know where she is right now. Because there are two sides to this thing. There are two sides to this thing.
You as a man.
Trust me, I understand.
Are you trying to say that? Do you want a man? That means it comes down to like two things. Like, okay, you're talking about who he is. Are you trying to say that you're the type of girl that if you see potential in the man, then it's fine, or if he has already made himself, then it's fine.
First of all, if chill, some people have potential.
So potential or the man. So you have to see him grinding and that kind of. You see, can you see that? Yeah, somehow you might just agree with all of my points, one way or the other.
My results, chill. No, that's not it.
Okay, let's go.
My results might not be that. Okay, you know what? Yes, my first job, I made millions. It might not be that. Baby steps. Okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yeah, it falls back to see some men. I'm sorry, but some men will forever remain in the stage where they're making only 10K. Let's not lie, because they're not thinking wide, they're not thinking big. They're just thinking of okay, survival. They're just on. It's good to be on survival, but how long do you stay in survival?
Your mindset.
How long? Especially as a man, if as a woman, okay, we'll say yeah, because you're a woman, some of them will probably think that, okay, you know, when I get married, might. But you as a man, you want to be on survival mode for the rest of your life. You just want to surviving. You don't want to get beyond survival. You don't want to create. You don't want to create a chain of income for you and for other people.
I totally get what you're saying. I kind of agree.
Do you know that growth stages for a man and a woman is different?
Sure.
If you notice, in puberty, a woman tends to get
social market value increases at a early stage. She reaches 18, 19, 20.
Why you bringing it to?
So that's the thing now. Like
a female child,
it's fact.
They grow faster at puberty than the guy.
Then they decline faster than
the guy. No.
Yeah.
A woman who is 24 years old. Put a woman who is 24 years and a man who is 24.
They are not the same.
They are not thinking the same. A woman at age 24 is thinking like a man who is 30 years old.
Yeah.
A
man at 24 is thinking like a woman who is 15.
Everything like everything she's saying, everything you're saying and she's saying still comes down to the whole.
Even though he's still collecting pocket money and still living on survival, it feels like it's okay as far as he's not yet 26, he's not yet 27. Like, what happens to, I'm sorry, but like, what happens to you? I don't know, but like, there's still some really young people that they're 18, 19, they're like, they're doing some
okay.
Social gatherings.
Some of you just sit down, mommy, send me weekend money.
It still comes down. I understand what you're saying. I understand what people are saying, and I completely agree. This is what I believe.
19,
every
you're
man.
in university, you're in uni, you're in your first year, second year, you don't even have. If mommy did not send you.
Understand what you're trying to say. No, relax. I understand what you're trying to say.
The guys of this generation, these young guys want fast money because they're putting their eyes in successful men that have gone way ahead of them, and they want to measure up. It happens the same way to even the ladies too. They want to measure up. You see a girl of 18 years old flashing iPhone 14 Pro Max, sitting down beside a 30-year-old lady.
You now started flashing now.
No, calm down now. Talking about achievements together, and you're like,
but do you know that? Hold on. Do you know that? Right now, it's not even about age. Imagine a young girl that is 15 and she's so interested in tech, and her mom is like, okay, fine, you want to do tech, no problem, let's put our energy into. And 15, 16, 17, 18. At 18, she's already a billionaire.
That's perfect. That's awesome.
Oh no, now
wait.
Chill.
Chill. This guy.
No, I'm trying to.
That's just an example.
Yeah.
It sounds very unrealistic to be 15 to 18.
No, for real.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying it's not a lie. Like, I want to support people.
Relax.
Relax.
For you to not be successful.
See, let's
a problem, create a solution. Even if it is to solve a problem in your side, as long as solving a problem,
Can I speak?
Because
make money.
But the problem is there are people that don't have anything to show for what they have. They got all what they got through vices.
Exactly. That's why I asked you that. Are you the person that sees potential? Like, this guy is working, is grinding, or is just
woman who has worked her ass off through successful means.
Okay, fine.
And got into a stage where
I am not going to neglect. Okay.
You are a fine girl. I'll take care of you. She's myopic in her mindset. She's small in her mindset. She's thinking of the present. She's not thinking of her future. She allows the man to, take care of me. She's 6 years old ladies having the same achievement that a 30-year-old woman.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. At the end of the day, what people are still like coming down to that as a human being, no matter the gender you are, male or female, no any other one, please.
Right?
Male or female. That it comes down to the whole idea that you have to actually work hard to become something of value.
So in essence, being able to look at this whole situation from the male point of view and the female point of view, the man and the woman in society.
2 points of views versus 1 point of view.
Good. Now, because we've had this conversation doesn't mean that men men won't still like do crazy stuff in like they won't still dominate industries.
There will always be bad men, bad women. There will always be those bad players.
So in essence, my advice for you watching this, if you as a lady, you know your worth, you know your value, you have everything in check, and because you're a girl or because you're a lady or whatever, and they're trying to not not give you that role or underpay you or underrate you, go to where you are respected. Because company A did not accept you doesn't mean company B won't take you. If company B decides that, you know what, we're here, what are you bringing to us? We've had people that they brought higher degrees and take you to company F. I bet you will there's no how, when it's not like even
don't
village
give up.
people
as long
self.
as you don't give up.
As long as you don't give up, just keep doing your thing. Whether you're a girl or you're a man, don't say because you will not. You still have your role to play. Whether you're still going to, whatever it is that you want to still do, you still have your role to play. Whatever advantage that you have, leverage it. Use it well. Whatever advantage that it is, you leverage your advantages. Use them well. So in years to come, you won't have to sit down.
It is better to try than to say. It's better to try than to say I wish I tried.
Do you get it? Better to try than say I wish I tried.
A successful person is someone who has many failures. A successful person is not someone who just tried once and got it once.
You can't just get it once.
A failure is someone who does not even try at all. There are two people planning. So one is planning to fail. There are two people planning. You either plan to succeed or you plan to fail. Planning to fail is by doing nothing. Planning to succeed is by having many failures. So being someone who tries and tries and tries does not make you a failure. As long as you try, do not give up. Sometimes we want something in life and we don't get it, but you will always eventually get it as long as you don't give up.
And I think I should also balance the advice with my own. That is on one side, which of course I advise every girl, everybody doing that. For the men watching this, the advice that I'll give you simply is that, first of all, you need to understand that you are born with no value. You need to strive and work hard to make yourself important in society. You need to build your body. You need to build your mind. You need to build your game. You need to build your money. That's the only way, like, you'll be respected and you'll be of value. And it's also, it's a harsh reality, and it also is more like an advantage in the sense that it means you can become anything you want to be, whether it's an actor, a fighter, a politician, a businessman. Just like work your ass off and do the right things to do. And for the women, basically, I'm just going to be honest, strive to make sure you improve on your feminine qualities. Try to be a quality woman. It's not like in the game of this whole dating and sexual market game, it's not really about how much you have or how much you've achieved or those kind of things. Those are just packages, like they're bonus packages. It's how feminine you are, your attractiveness, build on that. Because no matter how good you are, if you don't look good, you're reducing your chances of people approaching you to find out how you are. So your feminine qualities, how well you are as a person,
look good.
How well you are as a person, like all of your values, basically, that kind of thing. And stay away from promiscuity and being harassed.
Don't limit yourself as a woman to looks alone.
Yeah.
Build your mind as a woman.
It's like
women who are not naturally
your look should be a bonus. Let people see this girl.
There are women who are not naturally
and
beautiful.
then when they get to know you, they're like, oh my gosh, she's not even just beautiful.
Exactly.
She has depth. She has brains. She is that girl. Be that girl.
Yes, girl.
Be that girl. Don't just
because
be beauty without brain. No, don't be that.
Because even when a man,
don't allow yourself to think that because I do not have physical features as the other lady, I'm less of a person. You are more of a person as long as you position yourself in your mind that I can be wherever I want to be in life.
I know,
so
I can.
I know we had like
be what I wanna be.
Amazing conversation. It was. We came to one agreement, and we've come to one agreement.
We agreed to disagree, and we came back.
And we've come back, and I really love this topic, and I do hope that this has sparked a lot of things in your mind, and it has helped you go really far. It has helped you think deep. And that's why we call it Deep Hive. So guys, that's what we have for the Deep Hive. So LADO, thank you, Esther.